Hello, people. Today is July 25th, and it's 74 degrees out here, so I'm going to take a walk. And no, I don't look good. My hair's up on my head. And actually, I haven't even brushed it. That's just how I went to bed. Did you notice that rhymed? I do. I mean, I don't do it on purpose. It just happens, I guess. But the sun is shining, doggone it. You know, what a bad thing to say. The sun shining is a good thing. I just want some shade. I want to be perfectly comfortable. Well, Matilda is waving. Hi, Matilda. You know, one of these times she's going to reach out and touch me. So I've only got 2 days left here. Unless something weird happens to change things. I leave tomorrow evening to go up to Seattle. All right, so now that says, let's go, Brandon. See, it was wrapped around the pole. That is that, there's a flagpole over here that has 2 flags. And I couldn't read the Brandon part. I read, let's go random, you know. And that's a good thought, too. Sometimes random actions are good things. I'm going to go look at the petunias again. Even if I just walk a little, it's better than nothing. However, people, my naturopath did say to strive for an hour continuously walking. Doesn't have to be fast. It's just that I tend to walk fast. Those lilies, the flowers are gone. But the little stems, those ones are wiggly. Anyway, oh, and there's a bee. See, she's got some stuff for the bees. And that is petunias in there. But they're looking a little, like they need some water. They're kind of drying up, some of them. And that is the way it goes. First your money, then your clothes. That's what my dad always said. But no, the way of the flower. It blooms and then it dies. But these petunias, if you pull the dead buds off, they will give you some more new, beautiful things. And they'll bloom all summer. So you don't got to let them just die. I never knew that either. I had a friend who worked at a nursery. Her name was Michelle. And I doubt I'll ever see her again in life because she's got so much going on. And she's probably moved. Except for she had land. If I was her, I would have stayed there. And so she might have. She's got land and in a nice place and with greenery. You know, Washington's beautiful. Oregon is beautiful. They come in and they cut down the trees, and that's not beautiful. But anyway, she had a place out in Battleground. You just get off the freeway and go down a bit and turn right, and then a little bit and turn left, and there she is. But I don't know her address, don't know how to get there really. And like I said, she's probably moved. She owned a little secondhand store right there on, I think that was 99th Street or 78th. It was 78th. 78th Street out of Hazeldale going going east, sorry. I don't remember the name of the store, but she did so good. She gathered and gathered and gathered. She had a building there in the basement, so she would wash everything, get it all clean, and put it upstairs, and she had a nice secondhand store. And what she would do is buy stuff from people, okay? She had it figured out what she thought she could sell it for, and then also sales prices going down, you know. So she had it all figured out. And she would just pay the people for the stuff. You know, some people will have you bring things in on consignment, and then they keep it, and they don't pay you until they sell it. But it's just a lot easier, right? Go ahead and get her done. So she had a system going on. She did really well. And I know she got up to where she was doing at least $500 a day. I don't know if that was profit or just sales, but she was happy when she hit $100 a day, and I would be too, really. But that's just, and then she had some other land. They figured out what was the best thing to put there for the city. So they wouldn't let her build a house there or an apartment. She built storage units. So she probably did really well with that too. It's like, wow. She got hooked up with the right man, and they worked hard. She was out doing nursery stuff in the city of Portland. She had contracts going on, and she was doing nursery things, you know, putting in trees and different things. So tripping little girl, and she is a little girl, woman. She was my neighbor when I lived in Fruit Valley. And when I lived in Fruit Valley, my daughter was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade, so that tells you how long ago that was. So I really doubt I'll ever see her again. You know, I moved out of the state. 1991, I moved to Texas. So it was way before 91. In 91, my daughter was 15. So, let's see. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade. I think you're about 8 years old in the 3rd grade. So 8 to 15, that was 7 years later. That's how I gauge everything, is by how old my daughter was and where I lived. It's the only way I can remember stuff, you know, chronologically. So, Jessica, you play an important part in my timeline. Oh. Yeah, I'll be walking, and I'll be talking, and I be moving tomorrow afternoon. It won't be afternoon, it'll be evening, because I won't get home from my cancer treatments until around 5:30. 5:30. My appointment starts at 3:15, and part of that is talking to my doctor, I'm hoping. And then I have 2 different treatments. One is my infusion, which is an IV with a solution. It takes about a half an hour to run through me. And then I'll have a couple of shots. I missed my treatment last time because I probably had COVID. Pretty sure I had COVID. I never tested it until, you know, last week. And then it came back negative. But with all the things I told her, she figured I was on the tail end, but we're trying to get rid of my symptoms so I can have my treatments. And so people will not be compromised because of me, because we're all compromised being there. Having all that stuff run through us compromises us. Oh, and just having cancer, I imagine, compromises you. And that thing I talked about yesterday, I don't even know if it's been posted yet, because one is still trying to post. The honeycomb. That reminded me of a song. Honeycomb, won't you be my baby? Well, honeycomb, be my home. I don't know the words, they're coming out. That was a cute song. Okay, it's from way back, who knows when. Once upon a time, let's see, how old was I then? I think I was in the 5th or 6th grade. We were selling the Grit, the little newspaper. And there was a song called Hanky Panky. But I do remember singing it and dancing to it in a restaurant. But I don't know it now. Maybe it'll come up. I'm too busy with the honeycomb in my head. But the honeycomb, what I started to say is, you know, they're showing, I've seen these videos, they're showing the bones. They're showing all the holes in your bones. But it reminds me of a honeycomb. And I was talking about filling up the honeycomb with stuff. the honey. Because right now what they're doing is they're giving me these infusions, and then I'm supposed to take calcium and vitamin D every day and 64 ounces of fluid. And it's supposed to reinforce my bones or do something to make my bones stronger, but in the meantime it makes my bones softer. But yeah, I had that little vision in my head, just like the bees. The bees, they go and do their little nectar stuff, and they come back and they go in there and they do their little working thing, and they put honey in there. And if you don't take the honey out, then it's pretty strong. So basically that's what I need. And maybe that's what they're doing, because she did say it takes the calcium and the vitamin D in order for this solution to work, because they take that to help do something to your bones. So I'm hoping it does as good as the honeycomb for the bee. Good little analogy anyway. Yes, Matilda, you're still waving, aren't you? Sweet little tree. I should come over there and just see if you reach out and touch me. Just don't hurt me. She's got pine needles. This is Matilda. And that's Matilda's needles.
I'll wait till there's another car moves that way. I'll get into it.
Oh, to move their car? I said you're talking about moving their car? Someone's at the door. Yeah, someone came to the door. Both of them, if they don't belong there. They're taking up the driveway with the cars. Not the driveway, but in front of the house. They've got their cars in front of the house. And they always do. There's that car. And that car. Those are in front of Dad's house, and they should be in front of their own house. But it makes it so we don't have anywhere to park or a way to get out or whatever. Oh, I'm going to go show you the little raccoon. And also, this is Bella. I've shown you guys Bella before. Pretty tree. In the beginning of the spring, she had lots of blooms. First berries and then blooms, I think. And I need to talk to these people about that car. However, I don't want to get killed, and I don't know what they'd be trying to get out of it. But it's just sitting there. The green car right there. I could just take that and zip all over the place and go visit people instead of being stuck. I need transportation. My sister Nancy's going to let me stay at her house for a little while. But see, there's a room. She rents rooms. But she's got a vacant room. And she was going to fix it up for her daughter. I'll just go this way. I'm behind their car. Stopped at the sign. They weren't waiting for me. They just talking. I be talking and I be walking. So what was I talking about? Oh, that little car. I just wonder if anybody's there. I would like to just ask him about it. I'm sure I can't afford that either. And see, my bank, they sent me this thing saying, hey, you've got tools here where you can buy a car. Well, I want to buy my dad's car. So I called them about it. Nope, we only loan to dealerships. And then I was there yesterday, so I asked this guy about it. I was there getting a deed notarized. So I asked him, why? What's the deal? And they only give loans to a super dealership. Not even just a dealership, it has to be a super dealership. And I'm sure it has to do with you know, repossessions and insurance and accidents and all that stuff. So they just let this super dealership take care of it. And they have it set. But doesn't help me get my dad's car. I want my dad's car. But maybe I shouldn't have my dad's car, you know? It would take all my money just to make a payment and insurance and all that crap, so really I don't need it. I just like the fact that that car's a hybrid. It's only got 35,000 miles on it. So it's like new. And he's serviced it. He's taken good care of it. And he made a deal with me. It's worth twice that. But I don't have the money, you know? You gotta have money, damn it. So then I was gonna do a trade with my truck. But the timing's not right. So maybe that's okay. It's still on the table for later down the road. And Nathan needs the car to get around while he's here. So it's just not in the cards for me. A lot of things are not in the cards for me. But I have learned from things that's happened to me in the past that sometimes it is for your good. Even though at the moment it seems horrible. Because I've been needing to get out of here and go take care of business. I don't know how long I have left. And you know, what I was doing is not how I intended on spending the last days of my life. So, sometimes you just gotta be uprooted. And that's what's happening. I'm being uprooted. And I've been very upset about it. But, really, I was asking for it. I've been calling for my family, even though they say they don't watch my channel. Somebody does. I've been calling for them to come and let's take care of business while Dad's alive, instead of having to deal with it later. And Dad wants to be with Nathan, and he's down in Arizona. But, you know, there's ways to take care of business. And really, this is the best way, I guess. Get everybody out of the house. Get the house cleaned up and ready for people to come in. But I know that house is going to sell the minute it goes on the market. The minute it's put out there on the market, because he has signed the papers. She's somebody we've dealt with for a long time. I mean, we came and looked at properties, and she would show us properties and stuff. So it'll finally pay off for her. But I have been very upset. And being sick. I've been sick for over a month. Not cool. So I haven't been back to see my dad for quite a while. Not because of anger. No. Because of COVID. Because of my compromised immune system. Because of the fact I've been sicker than a frickin' dog. I don't know why I keep saying a dog. But there must be something else that gets sick. A human. Sicker than Mary Lou has ever been. And lasting longer. I mean, gee willikers. And then while I was gone, that 10 years on the farm, I never got sick. And I know, I said one time, I came here and went back there on an airplane. And that I did get sick. Because I was exposed to all them people. And we were all on the same enclosed plane, you know. So all that air is recirculating. So yeah, riding on a plane isn't the best thing either. Because you're exposed to everything. And even though it was only 74 degrees when I came out here, it sure feels like more. I need some more wind. And I need a cloud to get over that sun. Nothing can ever be perfect, can it? Complain, complain, complain. Well, that's what I'm good at. Complaining. But I do think I've got most of my stuff is packed up. And I got to go through my desk, and I guess I have to leave my desk behind. I love my desk. But my sister said desks are a dime a dozen. And that one I got free. But it has supplied me with I've been needing a desk. I've been needing, you know, to organize and do paperwork and stuff like that. And that's not easy to do when you are everywhere and you're in a box and another box and another box. I really have been living out of a box and out of a suitcase for quite some time. I think it was January 20th when I came here. Not this year, but the year before. I was on the other side of the state earlier than that because I left home September 24th and I stayed with my sister for a while, and I'm not sure if I stayed with my friend for a while. I was going to, that's what happened. I came to her first. But you know, you soon find out if you're poor, you can't hang out with somebody who's got money. So, even though I have a really good friend, it's not conducive when you don't have money to pay your way. So, I only stayed with her about a week and already knew I couldn't stay there anymore. So, I stayed with her for a week, and then I might have went to Sean's house after that, but somehow in there I stayed with Nancy some, and I stayed with Sean and Amy. Thank you so much. They were so gracious and so kind and so loving. Family. Well, they were like family ought to be. They shared of themselves and their house, their beautiful surroundings. They've got this big, beautiful house that they've been remodeling ever since they moved in. I liked it the way it was when they first moved in. But, you know, different taste. Plus, I think they just liked the projects. But the point is, they have 5 acres. And it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. And I did take some movies of it. I might have deleted them by now. Anyway, I went to my daughter's for Christmas that year, and so I was there about 3 weeks. And so when I came back, I came here. And here I have been. So for last year in July, the month of July, I went home to my place in Colorado. The intention was to go and get a ticket and go to see my daughter. But, you know, things just don't work out sometimes. Maybe that's always for the best. You just have to look at it. Maybe there's a reason. I started my channel while I was there. July 16th. First video experiment. I told you guys some things. There was a TV in the background being a distraction, but I did tell you some important things. And I can't go back to the beginning without doing a whole lot of scrolling. But you subscribers, I think that you can. They have a thing over there that says sort by, and you can click on it, a down arrow, and it gives you the option to go back to the very beginning, which is what I would do if I were you. I know, full of myself, huh? My videos lately haven't been something I'm so proud of. But my papers are back there in the beginning, okay? The papers that I wrote. And that's what I was trying to do, share my papers. And some of them were written 43 years ago. Turn on your light so you're not in the dark. I told my daughter to do that. I said, turn on your light so you're not in the dark. She was in her bedroom, and it had gotten dark on us, you know. And then I thought to myself, wow, what did you just say? So I went and wrote a paper about it. I was compelled, okay? My papers were, you can tell, they were inspired, and they weren't just for me. They were for you. And I hope that I'm still recording. I got rid of a bunch of videos and stuff. It stopped yesterday saying I had too much stuff. And I have gone and changed my, my payment method. The other one was no good, but I don't know how to get a hold of these people, and I don't know who's the real people. You know, they send you this crap fishing for your information. So, they tell you your storage is full, and then you go and you look and your storage is not full. So I think actually what it is, and Nancy, I need you to help me with that, is how she helped me before. I have to offload some stuff to make room for the updates. And if you don't get your updates, then it starts messing with you. So that must be what's going on. However, it did have, I'm going to turn around, I'm so hot. It did have something, I forget. Oh, my credit card information was no good, you know, but now it is. But they still keep sending me stuff. So I don't know. I don't like it when it stops me midstream when I'm talking to you people. And it stops and says, oh, your storage is full. Manage your storage. So my video stops. I have no choice. I need to go take a class on how to use these phones, how to use computers, and how to edit, and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, what am I trying to say? Learning never stops, you know, the need for learning. So hopefully I can get some help. I'm gonna go in the house where it's cool. It's not so cool. What's wrong in here? I'm gonna turn this fan on high. Okay, maybe that'll help. Okay, so I'm gonna have a kiwi. Kiwis are good for fighting cancer, guys. I can't remember what else it's good for. So sometimes I say things that are good for fighting cancer and it's really actually good for something else, like deep dark chocolate, hot chocolate, but the darkest chocolate helps build your stem cells. It'll double your stem cells. Well, that's where you get your youth. Okay, I'm coming into my room. And the only thing good about here is it has that fan. So I'll have to sit in front of the fan for a minute. I don't need these. See, I don't need these to see you guys because you're not there. And these are the kiwis. Let's see if you can see them. My sister left them behind. She had some golden kiwis. And for some reason hers were soft. I bought kiwis a long time ago and it took them forever to get soft. They were hard as a rock. So, anyway, it was said that you need to have a kiwi a day. And I said, all the better if you have 3 a day. And so I have some kiwis here. I have mine and now I have Nancy's because she left without them. She told me I could have them. So I'm going to go eat one. And yesterday I ate way too much food, so I couldn't eat the good stuff that I wanted to eat. But I got to clean out my nightstand. I have been packing and I've done pretty good. I mean, I got rid of a lot of stuff. Took it to the Goodwill. But you people out there, I love you, okay? I know I don't look so great. I know I don't talk about things that are so great. But maybe it'll affect somebody in a good way, not a bad way. I got things I need to do. I need a secretary. And my head just don't want to, I mean, I've got brain fog. Never really knew what brain fog was, but I feel it. I can feel, there was this energy drink packet and it had electrolytes in it, okay? So I stuck it in my water. And I have felt weird ever since I started drinking it. And what's all this about? You know, you get this drink that's 0 sugar. And then it gives you cotton mouth. You're supposed to drink things to quench your thirst. But it makes you thirsty. It makes you so dry. What's the deal? If you guys know, put it in the comments, would you? So in the meantime, I'm going to let you go. This is about a good time, I guess. I'll try to make myself feel better, and then I'm going to get about working. Just know I love you. And you guys love everybody around you if you can. I know sometimes it's not easy. It really isn't. Especially if someone is bashing you. Nothing like being unappreciated. But it's okay. That's the way life is, you know. They remember, or they think about, or they think they know and they don't. because no one knows. They weren't here. But life is going to get good. That I don't intend to die. But if I don't get to a stress-free place and start eating correctly, and then I'm taking these treatments, yeah, I'm really on the fence about that. I can see, you know, if that really, she sounded so confident, saying, I can melt that cancer away, but then your bones will collapse. So, you know, it was nice to think that they do have a way to melt the cancer away, but then what's left is wholly bones. And with the weight of your body and stuff, yeah, the pressure, I could see it collapsing. So I don't want to do that. So the infusions are important. I just need to find out if they're doing something good for me or not. You know, as far as building up my bones. Enforcing my bones is what someone said. Oh, I feel so weird. I drank that. I had my cup all fixed with water, and then I found that packet that said electrolytes, and it also said energy. Okay, well, the energy drink is probably what's screwing with me, but I've only had a couple, 3 swallows. Made me have cotton mouth, and it made me dizzy in the head. I feel dizzy, and I need to take my medicine, and that's going to help, isn't it? So I got to go eat something first so that I don't. Nothing like taking a whole bunch of pills and then not eating. So I got to do that. And I probably need to call my doctor today. Anyway, you guys have a great day. There's hair back here. It's right here. I just sleeping, and it's so hot. I took and put my hair up on my head. I'm walking, and it's so hot. So I'm bald. This is what I would look like, huh? Without any hair. Just get some wigs to put on. Like if I go into that chemo pill. Oh, sorry. One of the things that happens, and she said more often than not, is thinning of the hair. And I already have thin hair, so I don't really like that idea. There's a whole bunch of side effects, guys. It's not just that. There was a whole bunch on the side, and she says, those are not the norm. Those are worst case scenario. But then she wrote down, because I went to the pharmacist and asked him about these things, and they wrote me some notes on my stuff. So I need to go over that. Oh, sorry. But I figure tomorrow's going to be my last treatments unless we can get it transferred over to where I'm going. And I don't know how long I'm staying where I'm going. That's up by Seattle, where my sister lives. But that room that she's offered me, she was getting it ready for her daughter, and I feel bad about that. And I've got a friend down in Vancouver that's got a fifth wheel that he's making it ready for me in case I need it. It was so sweet. Thank you very much. It's nice to have good friends. You know, even if they were forged so many years ago. And then in October, unless something else changes, I'll be going to Pennsylvania and stay with my daughter. She does have a room, but see, my surgeon, I still have stuff going on with my surgeon, and I want the same surgeon to finish up his work. Maybe I should get a new surgeon, I don't know, but this guy's done everything. That is something to think about, because he's got records of everything, I'm sure. But I just, you know, he cut me open and he put in a implant that stretched my skin. It was harder than a rock. And it was in a weird spot, so it just felt big compared to my other one. My other one, actually, when I look in the mirror, might be bigger than that one. He took the hard implant out and put a soft one in, but I don't know if he put a big enough one in. But see, he told me he'd see me in 3 months because I believe the implant is behind the muscle, okay? And so it has to take time to maneuver. So we'll wait and see. First part of September I go back to see him, but that's just for an exam. But hopefully he'll get me right in for the surgery. He just got to tweak me. He's got to tweak it. And then after my surgeon, I can have these treatments anywhere I go. Except for they're expensive. They're expensive, and they've already got grants in place for me here. Like one of the treatments, and I'm not sure which, but it's probably the infusion. It's $3,000 a pop. I told him I can't afford that. I can't afford anything. I need to get on welfare, and I don't want to do that either. I need someone to help me fill out the paperwork. I get lost. I am not good at filling out forms. They always leave out the details, and then you're sitting there going, well, what is it they want, you know? But anyway, I'm done for now. You guys have a great day. I probably already said that. Excuse me for being redundant. I do that a lot. Take care.